world. I'm Tiffany, there's Angelica, and we are back with another video. So today's video is all about my thank you award, and I want to give back. I want to say thank you to these creators, to these writers, to these people making these books that I love to devour, for helping me get lost in your story. And we're going to start off this video, we're going to start off this series by saying thank you to the audiobooks, okay? Now I'm going to leave the playlist in the box below so you can hop around. I don't know when I'm going to post these videos or in what order, but I will leave them in the box below. So without further any ado, let me get back to the award ceremony. If you don't know anything about me, is that I love being audiobook. I love being a hybrid read. So I'm going to tell you what my best audiobook I have read this year. Again, we have several to choose from, but I've narrowed it down to my top 5. Number 1 is the first book I read in this year. Actually, no, it must have been the third. But anyway, forget what order. I read this back in January, and that's Patsy by Nicole Dennis Ben. Now, let me tell you why this audiobook is something. This audiobook, the audiobook narrator, I didn't make a note of the narrator's name. I will put their names on the screen and in the description box below because I want to give them the props. I do apologize. But the narrator for Patsy really brought alive the book for me. And I don't know, I probably would because the story of Patsy was great. But I was immersed. Okay, one thing about me is that if you are going to do a book, write characters that are not native, like British standardized English speaking or American speaking, like they have their own unique lingo styles, and you write that in your book, but you don't bring it alive in the voice. I'm not going to listen to it. So Patsy is based in Jamaica, and the narration style, the voice, the concept brings around the flavor of the island. Patwa was flying left and right. I loved it. Okay, I could close my eyes and I could vividly imagine being on the island hearing this voice, or being in the location where our main character is, because she went to New York, and the flavor of the voice, I so enveloped in it. The narration was spectacular. Love Patsy. The next one on my list is Crimes of Passion. Again, I don't know where my notes are. I just have the book titles. My bad. But Crimes and Passion was done so well. Again, it's an immersive read. I didn't actually read the book. It was only via audio. And this book felt like I was watching a podcast. Okay? I felt like I could physically see these characters in the book. And the production value behind it. We had sound effects, okay? We had the transition, like, when they was talking to each other, the main characters, talking, like, in a corridor, it sounded normal. And then we had clips on the podcast, and it had that kind of grainy atmosphere type of audio on it. And it felt... I was enthralled, and considering this wasn't a hybrid read because I weren't actually physically reading the book, I was just listening to it, and it just came alive in my mind. Great audio production, great value, and it added to the story. And I don't know if this was ever written out as a book, if they would have changed the text or the format of it, or if it was just something, I don't know, I haven't seen it. This book deserves to be listened to. Okay, this is the best way for me, because it's the only way I've done it, to consume the story. It's great. Now, talking about audio only book, the next one was a new book that I listened to. And this is thanks to that Written in Melanin podcast, because if I didn't see that podcast, didn't see that clip, I will leave the link to the video down below. But this is called New Nigeria County. Okay, now this book was a full cast audio narration, and oh my god, was it spectacular. Now, you can't read this book anywhere else except from audio because it was written like a script. And the way that the author explained herself in the podcast, in the video below, is that she was doing TikToks, doing skits about flipping on their head what it means to be a black woman. So if you take the marginalized people in our society now, in her book, it's been turned around. Okay, so the marginalized people in our world are on top in the book, and I thought it was fantastic. The social commentary on it, the conversation they had, the sarcasm, yeah. So the sarcasm between the characters. You know when you say something and you have that little tonal inflection, you know, and you know, like I know us, our people, we know when we say something a certain way, it can mean 3 different things depending on the tone of which you say it. This book does that spectacularly. Okay? I love it. Brilliant audio production. Now, with all that being said, those were my top audiobooks I've read, but my number one pick of the audiobook production that I have read this year has got to go to Wandering In. Wandering In by Pirate Appa. Narration name somewhere. I'm gonna put it somewhere. What this woman does with her voice. For these characters. Because let me tell you, these books are chunky. These books are big. These books, we have got lizard people. We've got ant people. We have got magicians. We've got necromancers. We've got different types of humans from different places in this world. What this one woman did, because remember, this is just one woman's voice. And I believe the other books I had, apart from Patsy, they had more than one voice, more than one person narrating it. This is one woman doing a full cast audio. What she does with the lizard people, lizards, yeah, with their tongue, you think they're going with like, I don't know, slithering, their S's. She slivers the tongue and it sounds exactly what I expect a lizard man to sound like. I ain't gonna say. It was fantastic. And then we had the ant people, and she was all clicking and clacking her mandibles. We're human, we don't have mandibles. But when she was talking in narration, she's like click, 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 click. It sounds horrible when I do it. Like I got too much phlegm in my mouth, Sorry. This is what happens when you talk to me. But if you listen to the audiobook narration, and if you don't do anything else, go get yourself a free audio membership. Don't pay your coin, because we don't want to give Amazon no more money. Go get yourself a free audio membership, or go listen to a sample of this book of Wandering In, and you can hear what I mean. I'm going to look up her name. I need to put respect on her. Let me go find her name. Her name is Andrea Pars Sutton. I can't pronounce it. It's on the screen. Sorry. I respect you though. I respect you. But she does the ant voice. It's all clicking and clacking. It's perfect. The different human voices. You can, like, you don't even need to tell me. You know how somebody says, like, she said this and he said that. I didn't even need that he said or she said. Just speak in your voice and I know who's saying it. It is fantastic. Fantastic. The best audiobook. And let me tell you, I read, how many books are out? I think it was in the month of March. I called into work. I said, look, I can't come to work, I'm sick. Because I have an audiobook to finish. These audiobooks are like anywhere between 37 to 50 hours long, yeah? I had a limited amount of time to use my audio credits. I called into work, I said, look, I can't come in, I'm ill, I got the snuffles. I just sat back and just immersed myself in this book, listening to the audiobooks. And then when I didn't have enough credits left, so I couldn't get the audiobooks, I went onto the author's website and I started to read the books, because Wandering was a web novel, so it's free on the website. So I was reading the books there, and I still heard the author's voice. When I'm reading the text, I still heard the voice. And in my head, I was bringing that voice alive. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you. Thank you very much, Andrea, for this wonderful production. So that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to all the audiobook narrators that are bringing these books alive for me. I truly appreciate it. Please let me know any books that you have listened to, any audiobooks that you would highly recommend. Please mention them in the comments below and I'll be sure to check them out. Okay, I'll be back with another video shortly.